everything. This is some funny shit right here. Let you know that the oldest profession in the world is in a city near you, in a spot near you. Bogey gonna be able to tell a story about this. Watch this shit. Oh my mama.
Okay, I already know where this is going.
Bowling drive as one with a seemingly revolving door.
People would come, drive up, go into the house for usually less than half an hour, say between 5 and 20 minutes, and then leave.
For more than a year, he says he'd see different cars with different people going inside and never staying long.
I've seen different guys all the time coming in and out all the time for the past year or so, over a year.
The story is the same at the house on Patero Circle.
All the time.
Neighbors there also noticed a lot of men entering and leaving the house, but they'd rarely see the women who were inside.
The only time I see a female, like I said, maybe twice, and they would drop her off and she would go inside, and that's it. And I would never see her leave.
Friday, California Attorney General Rob Bonta announced the arrest of 4 people for allegedly running brothels in these 2 homes. Court documents detail an extensive investigation alleging the suspects would recruit women for commercial sex, promote prostitution services on websites, and collect payments. The suspects are now facing charges, including conspiracy, pimping, pandering, money laundering, tax evasion, mortgage fraud,
and pandering.
The San Francisco special agent in charge for this Homeland Security investigations team, Tatum King, said, "By working closely with our law enforcement partners, we have taken down a dangerous operation that exploited individuals to simply line their pockets." And those local partners include a brand new unit, the Sacramento Regional Human Trafficking Task Force. Also important to note, during that operation, 6 survivors were offered resources and services. Edie.
All right, Peyton, thank you. In Sacramento.
Yo, you already know where I'm going with this. So, like back in 2019, right? And this is like Christmas time, that season, 2019, you know what I mean? So like, just to paint the picture, in the Bay Area, there was already COVID going around too, but people, it wasn't nationwide yet. It wasn't a nationwide hit or a worldwide hit yet, you know what I mean? So like, you know what I mean? It was already like one of those things where I'm not going in crowds as much as possible, but like, let alone I'm not going around strangers. And every day motherfuckers started knocking on my door looking for like, bruh. Right? And then I'd be like, bruh, don't live here, bruh. You know what I mean? Pow, close the door. Then it was so frequent. And then it's, instead of asking for bruh, some of them started asking for old girl. So I'm like, oh. So I started putting 2 and 2 together, like, oh shit, because there's such a wide variety of different types of perks, right? I'm like, oh, there's a whorehouse around here. And they're using my house to send the perks. So that means they got a vantage point here where they can see my door. So I'm Batman. You know what I mean? So I'm immediately doing my detective work. And I'm like, oh, it's definitely one of these joints around me, because I was living in a townhouse complex for context. And they can see for sure whatever house it was, because these are all tri-levels too, that they can have a vantage point. They can see my front door because they were using my address. So then I immediately get a Ring camera, and now it was on. Because now I'd be like, yeah, what's up? And they'd be like, looking for such and such. Oh, yeah. Okay, you looking for her. What's the phone number? They give me the phone number, and I'd be like, oh, okay. Yeah, get out of here, pervert. And woo, and then they get all spooked and they run. So I had hella footage of this, of me just like scaring perks away. I was like, okay, I got this phone number. So I had bruh hit the line. You feel me? And then, he did his reconnaissance work. He went in there, came back, like, yep. It's one of them spots.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, bro. And then, I don't know if it's the head in me or whatever it is. I just couldn't bring myself to actually call the police. So I gave all the information to my lady. I was like, this is what's going on. Because she was just as mad as fuck of people coming through, you know what I mean? Knocking on my fucking door 4 or 5 times a day. You know what I mean?
Oh, like, they was getting money and
shit. Like, this shit was crazy. And my house was already like active, like just like with foods chilling all the time. So it would just be like, hey, bro, like I was checking foods. Like, hey, bro, don't ever fucking come around here again. You know what I mean? Like they catch me on a bad day. I'm like, oh shit, okay, I should probably be cool for some of these pervs. You know what I mean? Because like they're giving me information. You know what I'm saying? And eventually, Yeah, that spot was already been being watched and all the shit. So, yeah, and I witnessed that whole thing get raided.
Is
That
that
shit
right?
was, and it was just one of many. Like the task force that was dedicated to the brothels, they said there was 16 active in my area. You know what I mean? And that was just one of them. And then, you know, it's unfortunate because a lot of times it's either mafia or cartel. You know what I'm saying? It's one or the other. Because, you know, so we got Vietnamese and we got Mexicans and there's different factions, but nonetheless, all the women is illegal aliens. You know what I mean? So this is just how they making a guap. You know what I mean?
Oh my mama.
And like it's kind of a win-win situation because ain't nobody calling the cops on these motherfuckers because if you're involved, because ain't none of them legal. You know what I mean?
Right. Don't know them want to go back to where they came from.
Fuck no. They making a killing over here. Just and it's funny too, because what did that guy say in the video? There was the men coming in and they wouldn't stay that long.
Bro, he said 5 minutes, 5 to 20 minutes. If they get their rocks
$17, like, listen, what can you do for $17?
Bruh, 5 to 20 minutes. That motherfucker. Hey, for 5 minutes worth of work.
That fool held the record out. He was like,
oh, my mama, she loving that shit.
He busted out hella quick. He was like, all right.
That's about it. Oh, my mama. But like how you said about the 16 houses, these motherfuckers in this story, they said they had 4 houses in Sacramento, bro. That shit crazy. 100%. And then they said, like how you said it'd be motherfuckers that's not from here, right? These motherfuckers that was part of this task force was from the Homeland Security. 100%. That's how that shit, bro. They tearing motherfuckers up for that pimping and pandering.
I'm surprised they didn't call it human trafficking because you know, okay, shout out to Sugar Free, P extraordinaire,
100%,
right? And then in one of his interviews, and you know, he's a real intense dude in his interviews. He said, so when did you quit the game? He said, you know, he do one of these. When I quit the game, right? He's like, when they start putting that human trafficking on it.
100%. I seen that.
I don't like that sound of that.
Right.
Put that human trafficking on it. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, right? They was just pimping.
Right.
It's the oldest profession, but just like you let off. It's the oldest profession. The motherfuckers in the Bible, they slanging pussy.
Man, in a neighborhood, in a regular neighborhood near you, 100%.
In a good book.
Man, you just told a story about what the fuck we just seen, bro. In a regular neighborhood near you, bro. It's still going on, 100%.
And you know how? See, remember I always said, I only know luck exists because I have bad luck, right? Out of all the houses, they just decided to use my house because they probably never see us. Because anywhere I'm at, quiet is kept. You know what I mean? Because we making noise in other places, in other ways.
100%.
And here's they using my shit. I wasn't having that.
100%.
I was not having that.
That's disrespectful.
Fuck that shit.
No matter how you look at it,
on my money up.
On everything.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to fuck their money up. Hey, you want to sell some pussy? Do your thing. Don't use my door.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That
shit was crazy.
Yeah, that's disrespectful ass shit right there.
Yeah,
and the motherfuckers in this story, like you said, the neighbors kept saying all it was nothing but guys coming in and out 20 minutes, between 5 and 20 minutes, man, multiple times a day, bro.
They had been seeing it for a while, and then one thing they noticed, they said, "You ever notice when they come up out their house, they got a pep in their step?" What's going on over there?
Right.
You know what's so funny is how scared up people be though, because after the first 3-4 people that came through, and somebody asked for a woman, like, "Oh, there's a whorehouse around here, and they're using my door."
You already know.
They're using my address, sending the motherfuckers in so they can get a good look at them, make sure they're who they are, who they say they are.
My mama.
You know what I mean? Because that was the protocol. When we got the phone number, start texting, we called it, then they text back. You know what I'm saying? Then they want to know the nationality. They want to know how you look. Sometimes they'll be like, send a picture. Because they want to see that motherfucker outside the window, be like, okay, that's him.
Send a picture of you throwing up the peace sign. They tell you to do something hella descriptive. Oh, everything.
No, real shit.
Real talk, man. Yeah.
Hey, yo. And you know what's so funny too is that how, like, you know, these motherfuckers, like when I would say shit to them and they would scurry off, like, I get out of here, you perv. Oh, they run away and shit. Because you know what I'm saying? They might have thought, fuck, I could have been, they might have thought they was walking in about to be on television, bro.
On everything.
You know, when you walk into them spots, you're like, ha, I got you, pervert.
The fucking the Chris Hanley shit, or the Chris the brother. That's the brother from the Red Zone.
Oh, word.
My mama, that's his brother.
Oh shit, look at them, they doing it. Legends in their own right.
Come on now, 100%, bro.
Hey, bro, from Red Zone's like my uncle, bro. Like, I love that dude.
Yeah, dude, cold Pete.
7 hours.
Straight by itself. On my mama, cold
You
dude.
ain't lying. That's a tough task, too.
Come on now.
He's always shouting out his crew, his production crew.
100%.
Because, you know, he'll be like, oh, take us to the, you know what? That looks like that. There's nothing over there. Take us to the Eagles game. You know what I mean? Like, he just pulling all the strings.
Oh, everything. He's the Godfather sign. He's the puppet master.
There you go.
Hanson. On my mama, Scott Hanson. Yep. Like,
yeah, that shit crazy because that's in Frisco. This is everywhere, bro.
Yeah.
Everywhere you could imagine, that shit's going down.
You know,
You know, every city, think about every city that you be through. You know, there's a stroll, there's a blade.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like
the video was about to start talking about the Sacramento blade.
Word.
Oh, my mama.
It's funny. I was going to say, where's it at? I'm like, right. Like, no, I don't just fall off into that street. Like, oh, okay, hold on. I'm in the wrong area.
Oh, no. Oh, everything. Facts. You know, it, like you said, it's everywhere. 100%.
I mean, and then there's places like Las Vegas where it's like you have actual spots where it's legal. You know what I mean? And then women is tested, and you know what I mean? And you know what? I'm not gonna knock any man or woman. You know what I mean? They want to pay to get their rocks off. I mean, you know, even just for entertainment, what do we men go to a strip club and throw a brand in and they ain't even fucking? You know what I mean? It's just like, you know, it's part of the everyday culture. I don't agree with it because I just don't think I'm not with throwing money away, period. I don't give a fuck how bad you is. I'm just not throwing no money like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just because I love the money so much. And I guess there's a difference between money earned and money like, you know, fast money. You know what I mean? Like money earned that you worked for type of shit. You know, I don't think I'm just going around just throwing it, but that's just me personally. You know what I mean?
100%.
And this is some low level shit too, where they're making buku bread off the regular degglers. You know what I mean? Because I'm pretty sure there's businessmen out there. They'll have like a $2,000-3,000 escort. You feel me? Like it's nothing. You know what I mean? Might not even be tapping her neither. Just have her like because you're going to an event or some shit, or you need to look the part. You know what I mean?
The part. Oh my mama, you gotta have that eye candy on your arm.
You feel me?
Oh, everything.
Like, so you know, but yeah, definitely the Morehouses. That shit, that didn't sit right with me when that was happening to me, like right in my general vicinity, because I have my kids at this motherfucker, they running around. You have all these perverts walking around this motherfucker. I just didn't like that shit at all.
Yeah, because you ain't no telling what other type of sexual fantasies.
Yeah, these just these weirdos.
Ain't no telling, you know what I mean?
I'm immediately categorizing them like that. And no offense to them if they're the ones that are just getting, they just want to, they can't
get rocks off. That's
just want to get their rocks off word. But it's just that's part of that realm where it's like, yo, you can't have that shit around where my kids is at, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like that was one of those final straws too. Was like, all right, we're gonna move out of here soon. I swear to God, forget about that.
It's time to go. Oh my mama.
You know what I mean? It took about 2 years later, but we was 3 years, but we was up out of there.
On everything, and they got to go. Get your ass up out of here. Oh, everything.
Yeah, we saw them get raided a few times over too, because they tried to go right back at it too.
At the same spot?
Yeah.
Cold work. Yeah,
and like my man, shout out to my man Big Banco Franco. He was telling me, he was like, yo, that same little group, they got again. And the way they was doing it, bro, is the real estate agent who got all these properties under his property management.
Yep.
He just renting them out. So it's kind of like when they start getting popped, he has nothing to do with it. Oh, hey, it's not, I'm just renting it out. But then at the same time, you keep getting popped and it keeps coming. He's a common denominator until they start investigating Brad. You know what I mean?
100%. I wonder what his cut was. He was getting something fat.
Come on.
He had to be getting something fat, knowing what was going on.
I mean, or this one, he was Vietnamese, so that's mafia shit. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know what I mean? They're organized. You know what I mean?
Oh, everything. 100%.
What's crazy with them too is they'll work with the Bisons too.
Oh
You know
yeah.
what I mean? It's usually not. It's never the other way around like that. But like, you know what I mean. But they're working with the prices, so you'll have like, you know what I mean, because you got to have variety for the customers, right?
That's like in them but see, in them other countries though, like I don't know if it's Amsterdam or one of them countries where, man, they got the brides in the glass window and
Amsterdam, the red light district.
They come in here. They in the glass window. Come, you know what I mean? I seen that on YouTube before. You know what I mean? And some of them countries, you know, they promote that shit. It's like you said in Vegas, you can go to the I forgot the name.
Bunny Ranch
on my mama, shit like that. You know what I mean? But in countries though, man, in regular, just in the city, bro, you pull up. You know what I mean? You know, so you know, like it is the oldest profession. But when it comes to that shit though, like right, like how you said about the new technical term, the human trafficking. Usually, you know, when you come from the gang, you know what I mean, come from the community, that's part of the how motherfuckers live. So, you know, as long as it's all by choice and not by force, I understand the game. But when you get to coming into some of these motherfucking regular neighborhoods and you got kids and shit that's around here, or you buy the school and you got these weirdos coming into these neighborhoods like that, you know what I mean? I understand it, you know what I mean? Because I know how the gang go, but you know what I mean? You got to have some type of when you getting it, you got to have some type of heart as well too, though. You got to have some type.
And that's the thing too, because they don't give a fuck, right?
Trust me, I know.
They'll have that thing running. They'll run a thing out of a church if they could.
Come on now.
That'd be like the perfect cover up. Like these motherfuckers, it's the almighty dollar.
Oh no,
you know what I mean? They just want the American greenbacks, because the worst thing that happened to them too is they'll just get deported. You know what I mean? So it is kind of they kind of play with house money in that aspect. You know what I mean? Because what they're gonna do? All right, boom, send me back home. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, facts. My man, it's just, you know, when you bring in weirdos into a neighborhood where it's known where little ones is, you know what I mean? That's, you know,
yeah.
It ain't no telling what type of weirdos is coming in. All they doing, like you said, is they really just scanning to see if you the police. You know what I mean? You don't know.
That's really all they're looking at.
I mean, 100%. It ain't no telling. This motherfucker might slide through, come through for what he coming through, and then also see some other type shit. You know what I mean? 100%, man. That shit, that's, you know, on every take. Banks said,
I ain't gonna lie, we did have hella fun laughing at, like, we used to send these videos out too, like, because fools were gonna be hella nervous, like, and it would be like an old white dude or like a young Indian, like IT guy, like, you know what I mean? Like, it was just every walk of life. And then, you know what I mean? But then you could see be like a drunk ass Spicer, you know what I mean? He's, you know what I mean? You're like, you already know, like, you can see it on that dude's face. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, this guy's a perv right here. You know what I mean? But then the other cats too would be like, damn, just every walk of life, you're like, oh man, they got a hell of a fucking marketing. You know what I mean? Hella, because like for the underground, whatever it is, like I'm talking about 70 people easily that first week. I was like, God damn, motherfuckers is knocking round the clock. I'm like, oh, they're making a buku over there.
Yeah, 100%. And then
not to mention if they was using other addresses too. Because see, at the time too, like I said, anywhere I've lived, I'm kind of quiet as kept, so I didn't even really know my neighbors like that. I knew one of them, and then like they weren't knocking on their shit. You know what I mean? Shout out to my man AG. You know what I mean? I actually make music with him. He was this young kid that lived next to me, young black kid from Inglewood and shit. But like, dude, I would tell him the story. Then I'd be like, look, we'd be chilling in my garage. Look, there's another one right here. And I'd show him on the Ring camera, knocking on the door like live. You know what I mean? He's like,
you could have made a compilation of that shit and went viral.
I should have. But that's the thing though, too, is because in the background, you see my neighbor's address, like right in the back. Like you see their door right across from mine. So that was also like, maybe if I had some editing skills, I'd blur that shit out or something. You know what I mean? But yeah, because that was where I lived for 8 years, and then all of a sudden in fucking year 6, there's this fucking problem, this whorehouse right next to me.
Yeah,
like
on my mountain.
Yeah,
it's like a trap house. 100%.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
Same thing like having a trap house. You know, Jay's coming in, Jay's coming out. 100%. John's coming in, John's coming out. Everything. You know what I mean? But you know, trap houses. You know what I mean? Some motherfuckers have them to where they know when to boom and not when to boom. You know what I mean? Certain shit like these motherfuckers.
Yeah, they be having hours for real. Like you be having like hours, like okay, yeah, when it's dark, don't be coming around here knocking and shit. You know what I mean? But at the same time, too, like this is a 24/7 type thing. Horse don't sleep. You know what I mean? So it was like, yeah, like the ones that were like, you know, middle of the night, that shit was ridiculous. You know what I mean? Because then it would be like, I was just like, I'm talking about like, before I got the Ring camera, I was opening up the door with the hammer on me. Like I was tripping because I was trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. Motherfuckers was looking for Javier and looking for fucking, you know, Penelope and like who the fuck's Javier? I'm like I'm thinking like, this is a paisa asking for a dude. I'm thinking the craziest shit. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, what did I do? I don't owe nobody money. I'm like,
they might be sending the scout to see if they gonna come break in this motherfucker. Motherfucker don't never know because like you said, it's midnight. Like, right? The Rellies know, like, bro, call before you come. You know what I mean? Because midnight, this is a family joint. No, this ain't no single household no more. This ain't the turned up house where the Rellies is pulling up. We playing Madden after the club, shit like that. You know what I mean? Bro, you're not coming to my house for no reason like that. You know what I mean? 100%. So when you get to coming
hey, in the hood, we did have the homie's house. Like the shout out to my man Vince, his house was like that, where like the garage was always open. Everybody was bicking it all night. So be like after the club, like fuck it, we'll go to Vince's.
Facts.
You just swoop through, everybody just chilling. You know what I mean? You just pull up like. Yeah, you can't really do that to too many spots, though. You know what I mean? Especially if you weren't like a regular, you really like.
Oh my mama,
yeah,
bro.
And that's what's crazy too. When I moved from San Jose to here, because like San Jose is 1 million plus. When you go outside, you can feel it. It's 1 million plus. When you're outside, you can hear it. You can see it. You know what I mean? The activity, the traffic. It's fast. It's you know what I mean? It's fast living. Then when I moved out here and population 100,779 or whatever, or 179,000, like you really feel it because at night it's quiet. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers is opening doors and shit when you're at the grocery store and like, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm like, oh shit, this is different.
Come on now.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like, which is cool too. Definitely was a culture shock for me in that aspect though. Cause like, you know, you just, you know, it was different for me. Like, oh shit, it's really slow.
Oh, everything
really slow. And I feel like I was aging now. You know what I mean? Like,
hey,
I'm getting old now.
JB said, man, we got to get